Did it stop?
Just for the 18, we have about 8
You know, I'm just gonna record it. Hopefully this can do
Did that stop? Is it not working?
You know what? I'm just gonna. Are you ready?
Two, one.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a little workshop for GitHub version control if y'all are interested.
Very fancy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. How many of you guys like already use GitHub for your? You guys are using it? What about you guys? GitHub? No GitHub? Working on it? Okay, good. Anyone else? You guys got it?
Does desktop count?
Yeah. That counts. Okay. Anyone else?
I got my GitHub account from 4 years ago.
Amazing. No one else using it? You guys using it? I think they said they were using it. Okay. Well, we have a GitHub workshop today. Okay, yeah. So GitHub and Git are not the same thing, if you didn't know. So we're gonna learn about what Git is, kind of, and what GitHub is, and then we're gonna like teach the basics, just the very basics, and we're gonna show you how to set up version control with the desktop. So you might want to look out for that because pretty much every game needs it. So next slide. Yeah, this one. Okay, so where did the number 20 come from? Okay, anyway, Git. So Git is basically like a version control system where you have, if you have a game and then you have different versions of it. Suppose you have like version 1 where you have something like you have the character running, right? And then version 2, you have the character jumping. So what you can do is have multiple versions of your game, have an entire like tracking system. So you can see how your game changed over time, and if you want, you could pull each version of your game from the GitHub. So Git started off with like this guy named Linus Torvalds. So he made it because he wanted to like make the Linux operating system. It was initially called Linux kernel. So it's just a fancy name. The kernel just means like part of the operating system. That's what it communicates with the hardware, CPU, GPU, stuff like that. And he made Git to work on Linux, and then it was later published. And then GitHub was made by a different person because he didn't like how Git looked, and he gave it a graphical user interface, basically like a clean view. That's the website. If you've seen GitHub, that's how it looks, right? He gave it that. That's all it is. So without Git, there's no GitHub, and there's two separate things. Go to the next slide. So Git looks like this. So you really don't want to make your game and have version control that looks like this. So you could do, technically you could do everything right now that GitHub does in Git, but then like it looks like this. So it's like pretty hard to debug. If you have problems, you have to look at Stack Overflow, stuff like that, and then click twice. So obviously, this is basically GitHub, and this is an example repo. So a repo is basically just a place where you store all your files, like game files, in a simple terms. So this is how your GitHub would look, and obviously that's way better than having to deal with this. Take it to the next slide. So what is a repository? A repository is basically just like I said, you just store all your files in a repository, and your game basically exists in that repo. And you have branches. So you can have multiple branches of your game. What that means is different versions, that's all it means. On branch 1, you can call your first branch main, the first ever branch you make. Usually people call it main or master. It's up to you though. So people have one branch where they have their main game, and then they pull a sub branch. So you have like another copy of your game, you can make edits to it, and then when you make the edits, you could copy it over to the actual branch, which is the main branch. And you can switch between branches as well. So what are pull requests? So you basically make a pull request when you're trying to merge branches. So if you want to merge version 1 into version 2 into version 1 and make that the main version, you could do that. That's what a pull request does. You merge two branches using pull requests. And git ignore, very important. So if you have a git ignore, you basically ignore files. So if you don't want save files, like suppose you played a game and you don't want the save files in your repository, right? Because that doesn't matter. You don't need the save files to run the game. You just need the game files to run the game. And there's also a bunch of like cached files, like PNG screenshots and stuff that you upload, and it basically conflicts. And there's like logs as well of your game that conflict with your repository. So stuff you don't want to deal with, you put it in the git ignore, and this will tell basically GitHub what to put in your repository, basically what to have in your game files and what not to have. And okay, we're gonna show you how to set up version control. Very exciting.
Open Unreal?
No, go to the next slide. Okay, this is basically making a new repository. These are the instructions to make a new repository. First, you want to download GitHub Desktop. It's pretty obvious. I mean, just go to Google, search up GitHub Desktop, download, and then download it. And then you could have any engine of your choice, right? Unreal, Unity, whatever you want, really. And make sure you log into GitHub Desktop. Right? And then you want to create your game in your engine. So first make the game, and then save it and close it. And then it doesn't have to be like a really fancy game, right? Like just make the project, an empty project, and then just basically upload it, so to have a place where you start basically. And then go to GitHub Desktop, right? You make a click file, make a repo, and then you choose the path of your project where it is. We'll demonstrate this. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. Okay, and then you just basically push it to your GitHub. So we'll show you how to do this.
Next one?
No, we'll just show how to do this.
So you want to show the Unreal first?
Yeah. Just minimize this. Go up. Mouse up.
How do I go?
Go up.
Oh.
Go up, right here. Bro does not use macOS. No, don't close it. Don't close it. Don't close it. Minimize.
Bro, it's got a link.
That's the middle one.
Yeah, and pull GitHub.
GitHub and Unreal?
No, GitHub and pull both. Okay. This is our very fancy GitHub desktop right here. And you're gonna pull Unreal. Open it. Yeah, open it. Okay, this is Unreal Engine. We have it pulled up here. So we're gonna make blank. So we're gonna make no.
I know.
Too
Talk
big.
about it.
Blank. So we're gonna make a blank project. No starter content, so that the size is less. Make project. So we're gonna create a new project. Call it version control test if you want, or call it Pebbles.
I can't see your screen.
Just look at it.
Sure.
Okay. So we first create the project, right? You just create a blank one. And then you could work on it later.
Good?
Yeah. create that.
So
now we're creating a project called version control. So Unreal will create the project. And this is our empty project here, right? So after you make the project, put like a file here, like 2 files right here. You click on content, yeah.
new folder.
Yeah, just put a new folder, just so that it's not completely empty. Put like, I don't know, file or assets. File or, it doesn't matter. So we added a file, so that it's not completely empty. But you don't have to add a file if you don't want to.
How do I duplicate?
Don't.
Okay,
Just copy paste.
it's bugging.
It's not bugging, bro. Just copy paste.
Just see? Wait.
Control V.
I can't see it now. I'm just gonna click new folder.
Okay, sure. Alright, these are just example files. Yeah, okay, folder 2. We have folder 1, we have folder 2, okay? It's a blank project. Folder 1, folder 2.
Is
You
it
don't have to
folder?
add anything though, you can make changes later. Yeah, save it, and then you want to save it and close it. Just Command S.
Save it right here.
Yeah, save. There you go. You save the file. Alright?
It's gonna save the map.
Yeah. And close it, and then just close it. And then, now we're gonna make a new project. We're gonna add our current, that we just made, the blank project. We're gonna put it into GitHub. So, file, go to file. This is on Mac OS, so like, Windows is very similar. Create a new repository. You wanna click new repository. I think it's on the screen. Oh, never mind, see it. So when you click new repository, this shows up, right? And then just put a name, and give it like some random name, I don't know. Repo. And then you can give it a description, I don't know, whatever description you want really. And then you can have a local path, choose a local path. You want to choose the local path so that it matches your Unreal's
Version control.
Yeah, version control. So you want to choose where your project is. This is the project folder, version control. So you want to choose that folder. Click open. So once you hit open, this is where in the file path, that's where your project folder is. And then you can initialize basically a README. A README it's just like a description of your like repo. So you can initialize it if you want. Wait, go back. So a git ignore, this is what we mentioned earlier. So in the git ignore, it's like very important. So you don't want to miss this stuff. When you're making the repo, under git ignore, you want to choose your engine name, whatever you're using. So under the engine, you want to choose Unreal. So somewhere all the way in the bottom, you'll find Unreal right here. Unreal, there's also Unity. So you can choose either one. So choose Unreal. And you can create the repo, but you don't need anything else. So once you create the repo, it exists on your local computer. On whatever you're using, it only exists here. So if you want this to be in your GitHub, you have to push it. So publish repository, repo one, yeah, that's fine. And then uncheck. So if you want to keep it private, you want to check this box. If you want it to be public, you can leave this box unchecked. So if it's public, right? Anyone on the internet can literally take your files and use them. So if you want that, you can do that. If you don't want it, just keep it private. Check this box. So publish repository. So if I publish this repository, right? It's published. So if I go to GitHub, open Chrome.
And go to GitHub.
Yeah. Just open a new window to it.
I got it.
Got it? Okay. Full screen?
Yes?
Yeah. So if you look at your GitHub, go to where's repos? Fine, go to repos. No, go to settings. Go to that. Put your repositories. So if you go to your repositories on GitHub, we can find our version repo one right here, the one we just made. So we just pushed that from our GitHub desktop onto this. So if you go into this, go to this. You'll find all the files that we just made. So here we can find a git ignore. So inside, go to the git ignore. Open the git ignore. So if you look at the git ignore, you have like a bunch of lines that say, dot slow. Star slow. Zoom in. It's just a pinch. Yeah, pinch. So you have star.slow, you have star.lo, you have like a bunch of like file extensions. So what this does is basically any file in your project that matches this pattern, like .exe, .out, .app, .ipa, it will not be in your GitHub files. It'll be out. That's what gitignore does. So if you want to ignore certain files, you want to put the file extension in here, or folder extension here. Okay. Go back to the slides.
Oh. Slide.
Yeah, slides.
Where was it?
Let's minimize that.
Where's the slide?
Should be on the other.
It's not here.
It should be there. Did you minimize it?
I'm not sure where the slide is. Can you check?
Yeah, that's one. There you go. Full screen. Okay, go to the next one. Okay, this is cloning a repository. So basically, in your team, you would want to have one person make the actual repository. What we just did earlier. So go to your GitHub, or I'm sorry.
May remain until 5 a.m. All other aspects of the building. Once again, the library is now closed to the public and extended study hours are now in effect. Thank you and have a safe evening.
That's broadcapping.
Okay, this is cloning a repository. What we did earlier is making a repository. For you would want to have one person in your team make the actual blank project, or if you already have the game, right, make that project, and you want to push it to GitHub first. And then after you push it to GitHub, the other team members want to clone that repository. So not everyone's going to make a game. So everyone else is just going to clone the game from your GitHub. So how do you do that? So right here, we have steps. You want to we download GitHub Desktop, obviously. If you didn't have that, how would you do it? So file, clone repo, URL, paste the URL of your repo, and then you just clone it. That's all it is. It's pretty simple. We'll go over this. Okay, pull it out. Which one do you want to clone? Let's find a random repo on GitHub.
On GitHub?
Yeah.
Okay. You can look.
Or is there one that you have?
No, I don't have one. Let me check.
It's right here. Just find it right here.
I don't see anything else.
GitHub? Yeah. So we're gonna clone like someone's repository from GitHub. So just find like no, not that. Just find some random person's. Yeah, the orange. Sure.
I don't think I have. You want this?
Yeah, sure. That's LFS though.
It's fine. Oh.
It's empty. Find a different one. Just find some random guy online.
Random guy?
Yeah. Search up like Java insert. No,
here?
Insert, yeah. Be like insert Java sort or something.
Which one?
Just call this one.
This?
Yeah. Okay. So this is an example repo. Basically, we're gonna clone some random guy. I don't even know who he is, but we're gonna clone this guy's repo. So go to code. You want to go to code, right? You want to copy the link of their GitHub basically repository. So you get it from the code, and then you can just copy the HTTPS. And then you want to go to the GitHub desktop. So here, if you want to clone, you go to File, and then you go. That's Chrome, bro. Click on this. Okay, GitHub File, and then you want to clone repository. So when you clone, you use the URL, paste the URL of the repository that you want to clone. Command V.
I can't see.
That's control. Pull it out. There you go. That's control. Use command. So paste the repository that you want to clone. So in your case, your repository, right, that one of your team members made. And then you can choose where it's going to be cloned. So choose it. So I'm going to clone it on my desktop. I'm going to clone it on my desktop so it'll show up like, I think here or either here. So when I hit clone, There you go. And clone. So now we're in this guy's repository, and it should be on here. Pull it. It should be on somewhere here. Right here. So, right here. This is the repo that we just cloned. So you would get a folder where all the files that you just cloned are in here. So in your case, this would be the game files. So open it. Open this. So as you can see, we have all the files that we just cloned from someone's repository. So if you check, go to Chrome, the guy's repository that we cloned. These files are the same exact files as these ones. So what you do is you clone your game from GitHub, make changes to it, and then push it back into GitHub. So we're gonna show you how to do that.
Sit down.
Yeah. No, go. Fight. So next, we're gonna show you how to merge and use basically make branches, merging branches, and using pull requests to merge branches. I'm gonna minimize this.
Should we use
test project. So I'm gonna switch to my test project for this one. All right, I'm on the main branch right now. All right, I just click on current branch. I'm on main branch right now. All right, there's multiple branches as you can see. So open Unreal, launch this one. So we're gonna launch the test project in Unreal.
Oh, I didn't pull it out. It's fine. It's launching.
It's launching. Just wait. Okay. So this is a test project where we'll be making new branches, making changes, and pushing into the repository. So here we have this. This is the demo kind of map for the game, for a sample game. Full screen. So this is an Unreal. Zoom out.
It's kind of hard.
There you go. So here, as you, I guess it's hard to. I guess I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine.
Nothing else. Okay, yeah. This is just a tile. It's just a tile map. Here you guys can see so we can see 2 candles here, right? 2 candles. One of them is kind of animated. You can see it going up and down, kind of. See if that's visible. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add another candle and push it to a new repository. Wait here. It doesn't go in. Okay. So we're gonna add another candle, and we're gonna make a new branch, add a candle, and then we'll show you that 2 branches are completely different. Okay. So switch branches. So this is on main right now. We just have 2 candles. 3, my bad. 3 candles. Didn't know that one existed. Close this one. So you want to save and close all the time. When switching branches, always save and close. So now we're gonna switch to branch 2. Yeah, branch 2. Leave my changes. Switch branch. Overwrite, yeah, sure. Just close this. It already switched. Oh. Yeah, okay, now we're on branch 2. This branch, so we're gonna make changes to this branch. We're gonna make a new branch. So we're gonna make a new branch. We're gonna make changes on this branch. Call it,
Test branch.
Yeah, test branch. So on the main branch, we had 3 candles. Right? We're gonna call this
It's already.
branch demo. Okay, we're gonna call the new branch demo. So this one is gonna be a copy of main. You can choose whatever branch you want to make it a copy of. So we're gonna copy main. So initially we're gonna have 3 candles, right? So launch it in Unreal. Just open this. Right click on this. Right click on this. I mean hover. Yeah, reveal and find it. Let me just open the demo branch. So open it.
It's open here.
Okay, it'll open. Give it a few seconds. Okay, our demo branch just opened. So we can see, zoom out. So we have 3 candles here. Like 3 candles, like 3 individual ones. These 2 are the same. So 3 candles. We're gonna add another candle onto this one. Add a candle.
It's copy and
Yeah,
paste.
copy and paste. Actually, add 2 candles. Why not? Yeah, we have another candle. So that's 4 candles. Copy this one. Okay, there. Now that's 5 candles. So once you make changes to your game, just save it and close it. Alright, we already hit save, so we're gonna just Command S, right? And then close it. Close it. So we on demo branch, we have 4 candles. Oh, sorry, 5 candles. Now if we switch branches to main, main, we didn't make any changes on main, so main's gonna stay the same. So if you open main, go to main, switch branch. Open the project.
Unreal again?
Yeah, Unreal. Just double click.
Why don't you commit it first?
You don't need to. So this is the main branch. So we did not make any changes to this branch. So if you go to the map, if you look at the map, we still have 3 candles. We don't have the extra candles that we added. So let's close this. And then go to we're gonna go back to our demo branch. Which branches? Overwrite, yeah, overwrite. Stash change. Yeah, restore. So these are the changes that we made to our demo branch. So you want to commit the changes you make before you push. So it's like added extra candles, like write a summary of the changes that we made. You don't need a description, but it's good to have one. And then commit to the branch. So we committed the changes that we just made to the demo branch. And then you want to push the branch, publish the branch. So if you publish the branch, go to GitHub. So if we go to GitHub right here. And branch C, we can already see that it says demo branch had recent pushes less than a minute ago. So that means that it knows that we made changes and it worked. So we can switch between branches on GitHub too if you want. You want to show how to write branches?
Okay. We good?
I think we're fine, yeah. So pull requests are pretty simple, so go to GitHub. So if I want to merge 2 branches, I could just do like pull requests, right? And then you do new pull request, create pull request. So you wanna merge demo branch into main. So we're gonna create the pull request and then create pull request. So once you make the pull request, you normally want to like review the pull request, review the changes, and then merge pull request. If you hit merge pull request and then confirm the merge, it'll merge the branches. So it'll say successfully merged and closed. So we just merged the demo branch into the main one. So if you go to test project and you go to branches and you look at the main branch, right? Go to desktop. My bad, desktop. Desktop, fetch. You want to fetch every time you make changes. Go to main. So if you go to main and then launch you can see added 2 more candles. So if you look at main, it should be like 4 or 5 candles I think that we added after we added it. There you go. Main has 5 candles. So that means that our demo branch merged with our main branch. So that's like different versions of your GitHub. Thank you. I think people already know GitHub, so if you didn't know GitHub, that should be fine. I just unplugged it or something.
I guess everyone just know.
I think everyone already knows.